Hi everybody, welcome back to Casting Cues. I'm Ben Whitehair, and today I'm sitting down with Nancy Bishop, casting director based out of Prague and author of the book Secrets from the Casting Couch. Nancy, thank you for being with us. Would love to hear a little bit about the highlights of the path that you've taken.
I never intended to work in casting. In fact, casting directors really turned me off when I was in actor training. And I had kind of a funny experience when I was at the National Theatre Institute, where they'd have these the soap opera casting directors from New York come in. And I remember them as cartoon characters. They kind of had these like big mink coats and, you know, kind of strutting around. And I felt like they were very condescending towards us, really. Mm-hmm. And I just remember thinking, you know, I really don't want to do this. I don't want to be a product. And it kind of really turned me off. And so I never intended to go into casting. And I was more interested in theater. I got more interested in directing and that sort of thing in theater, although I did some acting too. And I was invited to Prague to direct a play for an English company, and I was just so fascinated with Prague that I ended up staying. It was kind of like one thing led to another. And then I probably would have gone a long time ago if it hadn't been for the fact that so many films started to shoot there. And because I knew the actors from being a director in that region, and I especially knew the actors who spoke English, whether they be expatriate actors or Czech actors or whatever. That's how I got into casting.
In your office, and you're based in Prague.
Yeah.
Are your auditions on camera?
Always, yeah.
Always on camera?
Yeah.
And you work with people who self-tape as well and submit those tapes to you?
Yeah, more and more. Actors do need to learn that skill of putting themselves on tape and making it available. Now, to some people, that's quite easy, and we were just talking about how many actors do have their own web series. Now, in this next generation coming up, it's not a big deal to just get in front of the computer and you've got your webcam and just talk into the camera and just do it, and that's second nature. But for a lot of people, that's quite difficult to actually figure that out at all, you know, how to just you know, get a camera set up on a tripod or whatever and act the scene and then stream it somehow on the internet.
So for our audience who's here in Los Angeles or perhaps elsewhere in the States, how often do you work with those actors who are over here?
Everything is project by project basis. I did work on a SAG project recently where actors were putting themselves on tape. I do see the industry going in that direction where you're going to have more co-productions where other countries are contributing to. And so you're going to have more and more of these kind of global castings where actors will put themselves on tape from everywhere.
And what's the best way for someone who's not in Prague to be sort of on your radar as an actor?
I do use the social networking sites. Facebook and Twitter. I do follow web series, and I think actors making their own work is really fantastic, and I think it's great that the internet allows us the ability to do that. I mean, back when I was studying acting, that was not a possibility. You did theater, you did fringe theater, something like that, but you couldn't create an audience in the same way you can now.
Now, if actors want to find out more about you and your classes and all the projects you're working on, where's the best places for them to go to find that out?
NancyBishopCasting.com.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks everybody for tuning in with our interview with Nancy Bishop. Check us out next time.